Hello, ladies. Thank you for joining me again today. I'm very grateful that you're here. I just have a little practice for you just to help whatever you have going today. So for this practice, you'll just need 2 blocks and you'll need a blanket. I like just to use a big beach towel. So get those and join me in a table. Find your towel here and just make sure that you have plenty of cushion underneath of your knees, because we're going to be on our knees for quite a bit of this practice today, and just make sure that your blocks are reachable for you. And mine are just sitting up there, and that's perfect if yours are the same. Then we'll start first from our hands and knees. We'll just make our way to a child's pose. So I'll just start to sink my hips down towards my heels and widen the knees as much as you need to, and start to walk your fingertips forward and rest your forehead down. And some of you might be saying, hey Mandy, I cannot quite get my hips down that far, and that's okay. Wherever you are, if your hips are a little higher, just take your forehead down wherever you are. Maybe if your hips are a little higher, draw the navel in towards your spine. So kind of hug baby in, and that'll help just keep our low back a little safer. We always start our practice with a little bit of breath work here. So just allowing you to really notice your breath. Really notice how it feels. Kind of feel the body getting heavy here. And maybe you start to notice that you're getting a little bit more stretch just by being relaxed in your pose. And then start to make your way up to table. So once you get to your table pose, we'll take our knees and shift them to the outside edge of our mat. So they're still on our blanket. We want to make sure that, again, our knees are nice and safe. Right hand goes underneath of your face. Left fingertips reaches up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, we'll come down nice and slow. We'll do this a couple of times. So switch out the hands. When you're ready, inhale, reach right fingertips up. Exhale, bring your hand back down. Switch out the hands. We'll do each side one more time. Right hand underneath of your face. Left fingertips reach up. Exhale, we make our way down one more time. Left hand under your face, right fingertips reach up. Exhale, we make our way back down. And once you're here, we'll find a little puppy. So from here, let's take our knees back in so they're nice and hip width apart. Then start to walk your fingertips forward. Between your blocks is fine. And bring your forehead all the way down to your mat. Slowly start to shift your elbows in a little closer, and then make your way from your hands and knees to your hands and knees, and we'll find our table. So we want to have our blocks, so we'll start them off to be closer towards us. And from your table, I want you to look down at your right hand, and where your right hand is, shift it over and put your right foot there. So if it takes a little maneuvering, that's okay. Then bring both hands to both of your blocks, and hands so that we find that we're nice and sturdy. Bring your blocks in to however comfortable you would like to bring them. And just here, just for a moment, let's sink into the front knee just a little bit. So we have the back knee down, so we have lots of support here. And feel free, if you'd like to shift the front foot over, you're welcome to do that. So you can shift your toes over a little bit more to the side. I'm just going to lift my block so you can see where I'm at. And you can still, again, shift your weight into your front foot. So that even weight into your front foot here, and any side to side movements that feel good. So this just gets us started with opening up into the hips. And you can really get into it as much as you'd like. You can bring your blocks more forward if that gives you more stability. You can adjust this however you need. Then let's walk our blocks back in. Check in here. So if you moved your front foot over a little bit, maybe bring it so that your front knee and ankle are nice and lined up, because it'll just give you more stability for our poses to come. And start to shift. So I'm going to bring my blocks a little bit further in, and we start to get strong into our front foot. So start to feel grounded in all the four corners of your front foot, even weight even into the heel. Slowly bring both hands up towards the top of the thighs, shoulders relax down. So this might be getting a little stretch here in the top of your left thigh, and that's perfect. So if you feel good here, you'd like to extend fingertips up, you're welcome to it. So let's add a little bit of movement here. So we're going to stay strong. So stay strong in your front foot and your front leg. Even get strong in your back foot. Stay grounded in your back foot, kind of pressing the top of that back foot down. And when you're ready, on the exhale, we'll slowly bring our hands down to our blocks. We'll inhale, we'll bring them back up. Exhale, we'll bring them back down. Inhale, right back up. We'll do that one more time. We exhale. And we inhale. We bring them all the way back up. Stay up while you're here. Pause here a moment. Check in. Check in with your breath, your stability here, your balance. And slowly we'll exhale, hands down to our blocks. But this time, we'll curl the back toe under. So take your time with this one. If your tops of your thighs are kind of tight today, feel free to start first with just hands to the top of the thigh and just kind of warm it up to that idea. So it's going to get some good stretch here. And then extend fingertips up towards the ceiling. Again, nice and grounded into your front foot. Find your breath here. And smooth inhales and exhales. We'll float down just as smooth as we came up. So slowly we'll make our way down. Hands come all the way down to our blocks. And maybe step your right foot back over. Uncurl your back toes. Let's straighten into the front leg a little here. So everybody's going to be a little bit different as to how far you can fold here. So feel free to walk your blocks forward and find a little roundingness here. Or if you need to be more upright, you need to have a lot less space here. Maybe staying up a little taller, even maybe bringing hands to knuckles coming to the tops of your blocks. Any of those options are perfect. And just finding as much as we can, and maybe even left block comes back a little bit more so that we feel like we're a little bit sturdier here in our pose. So straighten into the front toes. I'm going to move my block just so you can see how I'm doing here. And I'm just going to lift my toes, so keep your block down. I'm just going to lift my toes and then shift the weight a little bit from side to side into my front foot. Just kind of noticing all these big stretches. And maybe I'm going to plant it down so I don't fall. Lift the front toes up. And we'll slowly inch our way back to where we started. So back here with our blocks for support. Take as much time as you need and help it as much as needed. Take your right foot to step it back. Take your blocks back forward. If you want to shift them over towards the right side, because we'll need them over there in a moment, that's perfect. And we'll find a puppy. So slowly, maybe walking the fingertips, so maybe you'll need to move your blocks a little bit. Walk your fingertips forward, forehead relaxes down. Hands can relax. Slowly start to inch yourself up. And if it takes you a second, that's okay. And then when you're ready, start to bring your blocks forward. So we started first with where our hands were. So if we can kind of picture where our table started, I brought my blocks closer to me. So from where our table started, about where your left hand is where your left foot will go. So bring your hands to the tops of your blocks and step your left foot forward. And then here, we just started to find some movement. So remember, you can walk the foot over a little bit if that helps you here, and just sink forward into the front knee as much as you'd like. Kind of a little splits here, and just kind of find what feels good. So you can kind of rotate and shift the hips as much as you'd like. Everybody's different here, so you might come out and need to come back in to find what works for you. And maybe you need to do that a couple of times. Maybe this is your tougher side. Sometimes the more dominant side, I take every step, or every time I take a step, I step with my right foot first. So obviously my right hip is going to be the tighter one because it's used the most. So just noticing here, tightness. And then start to bring yourself, so if you adjusted the position of your front foot, start to find that front knee and ankle nice and lined up. Have your blocks handy here. So I have both of my blocks nice and tall, and I really check in here. So nice and strong in my front foot. And then we'll start some movement. We'll start first. So the top of that foot is pressing down, nice even weight into your front foot. And then take your hands up to the top of your thigh and just find yourself here. So kind of feel grounded. See if this feels good for you here today. And this may be where you stay, or you can join me in a moment for some more movement. So if you'd like to extend fingertips up overhead, that's perfect. And if you'd like, be strong here. So strong in belly, strong in arms and shoulders, strong in feet. We'll slowly exhale, bring our hands down to our blocks. So if they need to move over a little bit, make space for you and baby. Inhale when you're ready. Make your way back up nice and tall. Exhale, bring yourself back down nice and slow with lots of strength all the way in, all the way out. One more time. Exhale, we make our way down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, bring yourself up. Ooh, that one was a good stretch on the exhale. We make our way down. So from here, curl your back toe under. Back toes, all of them, all 5. And then from here, maybe just to start, hands come up to the top of your thigh, and you want to pause here for a moment. If your right knee is grounded down and you feel like you need more cushion, take a second, fold your blanket or towel a little bit more for some extra cushion under the knee. Take that time out to make your knee feel best. And if you feel good here, you'd like some more, you can reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. And find your breath. Find what feels good here. And just checking in. Noticing your stretch. And slowly stay strong all the way down. Hands make their way down to your blocks. Uncurl your back toe and all 5 toes. and then straighten into your front leg. So you can take these blocks with you wherever you'd like. Maybe you'd like them up forward because you can really shift down. Maybe you want to stay more upright, so you need them closer. I kind of like to have one block a little bit closer than the other. So just find what works for you. If we have one block a little bit more inward, we might find that it keeps us from shifting this right hip over towards the side. So it kind of keeps us a little more level. Let's play with shifting the weight into the front foot a little bit. So we kind of shift the weight from the right side and then over towards the left. And you just notice you're getting a little bit more stretch there. And then maybe lifting the toes. And if you need to shift your blocks in a little bit, make this comfortable. Take a second, make this what works for you. And then if you feel real good, you want to straighten more into that front leg. You can even extend it a little bit further forward if that helps you. Gives you a little more space to do so. We'll slowly start to bring left foot all the way down. Blocks come a little bit more forward. Step your left foot back. Shift your blocks out of the way. I'm just going to move mine up towards the top of my mat just so that you can see me. And from here, from your table, start to walk your fingertips forward and forehead rests down to your mat. Start to inch your hands, elbows closer in towards you. Make your way onto knees. And I'm going to turn so that you can see me better. You don't have to. And I'm just going to take my blanket just to make sure I still have good support underneath of my knees. And you're welcome to take one of your blocks if you'd like to sit it underneath of you here. It just allows you to sit up a little taller. And just checking in here, knees about that hip width apart, shoulders relaxed down. Let's extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Keep those shoulders nice and plugged in. Exhale, reach over towards the right side. Find length here. And this inhale, let's bring it up. Exhale, left side. Slowly inhale, bring ourselves up. We'll do each side one more time. So slowly exhale, reach over. Inhale up. And exhale when you're ready. Over towards your left side. And come all the way up. You can let both arms relax down. Let's shrug our shoulders up towards our ears. One more time. Then we'll find, interlace the fingers behind you. Really draw the shoulders down. Really open into our heart. Can even shift a little bit here, side to side. Find stillness. Release. Bring hands to the tops of your thighs or hands to your belly. And just taking a moment to check in. And maybe notice what's different from when you got here on your mat today. And just knowing that all of these changes within you, you've created. So thank yourself. Thank your body for the work that it does in creating this beautiful baby. But don't forget to thank yourself for taking the time to nourish your body. So send your baby some love and acceptance. We will accept you just as you are whenever you're ready. Your baby is so lucky to have you. You will be such a great mother to your baby because you already are. So thank you very much for joining me. I always enjoy it. Thank you so much.